Hello everybody, Lurgs here, welcome to my channel, and today the Volkswagen T5 Kombi, how to remove the single seat in the rear. I'll also show you how to remove the double seat. Right, let's get cracking. It's really useful being able to remove the rear seats because it just means you can get a lot more in the back of your van. And later on I'll treat you to a Hulk out when I try and remove the double rear seat. This is the Volkswagen T5 Kombi here, the beast, and the single seat is here on the left hand side. Now the first thing you need to do is go to the front on the passenger seat and just move this as forward as far as you can. So just pull on this lever and pull it forward as far as you can. Then you want to turn this handle and move the backrest forward. This just gives you much better access when you're trying to remove the rear single seat because it will hit against this. Right, that's enough. And there's a link above now about the things that I love about my Volkswagen T5 Kombi. Slide this lever up and then tilt the seat forward. Now the headrest will hit on the front seat, so just remove the headrest quickly. Just push that button there, just slide it out. Put that somewhere safe. What you do now is just pull up on this quick release lever here. That tilts the whole seat forwards. Now it's not actually released at this point, it's just ready to be released. Then what you need to do is climb into the back of the van and you're basically sliding it towards you, you're pulling it towards you and lifting it upwards. There we go. The single seat is removed. Now this actually isn't too heavy. It's fairly simple to remove this on your own, and there's a link above now about how to replace the battery on a Volkswagen T5. To remove the rear double seat, it's much easier to do this with the backrest down, so just pull on this strap in the middle. There's also one at the front of the seat, and then fold it down so it's nice and flat. Pull on these two straps here, one on either side, then tilt it forward. Again, the same as the single seat, you're pulling it towards you, so sliding it towards you and then lifting it upwards. Now this double seat is really heavy. You can just about manage it on your own. It's much better if there's two of you. If you're actually going to be taking it out of the van, I recommend there's two of you to help do that. Once you've done that, you can then go about your day and do your removals, earning a nice bit of hard-earned cash. Then when the day is done, you can come back and refit the seat. So we'll refit the double seat first. Best thing to do is just line it all up as close as you can. This is awkward because it's very heavy. And there's a link above now about how to reset the service light on the Volkswagen T5. Get it as close to those bars on the floor pan as possible. And then we're going to be tilting it forward and sliding it into those bars with the grooves on the bottom of the seat. So we're reasonably close there. And what we need to do is just tilt it upwards. And when you've got it tilted upwards, you're literally sliding those brackets on the bottom of the seats underneath those bars there. And that just clips underneath there. So it's just a bit of wiggling about. Don't try and force it, it should just naturally go in. Good stuff. Then to lock it into position, use the weight of the seat and just let it drop. Fabulous. And once it's locked into position, you've got these two green tabs which pop out, and that means it is locked securely into position. You can then move the backrest back into position, so pull that strap and then lift it up. And now we're ready to install the single seat back in. This is a lot easier because it's a lot lighter. Again, this is exactly the same as the double seat. You're lining it up with those bars and you're putting it in slightly further back, sliding it forwards, and then dropping it down. And there's a link above now about how to replace the pollen filter in a Volkswagen T5. You should really do that every year. So when you're happy it's locked in with the bars at the front, just let the weight of it drop down. Fabulous, and there it is in position, and again these two green tabs, one on either side, shows that it is securely locked into position. Then just pull on the lever at the side upwards and lock it back into position. Remember to put the headrest back in. Remember to slide the front passenger seat backwards and adjust the backrest again. Now I didn't know how to do this at first, and I was literally just trying to lift it vertical, and that actually does force you into a Hulk out. And here is my Hulk out. And I hope you enjoyed that Hulk out sequence. I've just got time for another cup of tea and a hot cross bun. Fabulous. If you found that video useful, please subscribe by pressing this button down here so you don't miss more videos on how to save you time and money. There's also some other videos around the edges of the screen here. If any of those are useful to you, then you can select those now. Thank you for visiting my channel, everyone. I really appreciate it.